Greetings, this is Steve Joel, Superintendent of Lincoln Public Schools, proudly coming to you from the Lancaster County Event Center, where in just a few short minutes you're going to meet the people who are responsible for making this science fair a very, very successful event. But before we do that, I want to share with you just a quick update on things that are happening with our district. We're in the fourth quarter of school, as you know. Spring break is behind us. In front of us are assessments. In front of us are, just the rigors of spring, and that is the wrapping up of another successful school year. We're heavily engaged in hiring. Many of you know that we're losing some top talent, as we do every year in Lincoln. In the administrative offices, we have people who are accepting promotions. We wish them the best of luck. And of course, we have pending retirements. But I want to reassure everybody that this is a location that attracts top talent. And we'll be able to continue our quest to continue bringing leadership excellence and the excellence that takes place in the classroom. We're very, very proud of the contributions of our teachers and the people who support our instruction and those people who lead that instruction. So while we hate to see anybody leave and depart, we also know that there are other opportunities that are present for them, and we'll be making those announcements as that work is completed. LPSDO is on schedule and on budget, and we're going to be opening that up on July 1. Every time we drive by, we see just another opportunity to look at progress. And we heard today, as a matter of fact, that the retail is going to be opening up in September. We'll open up July 1. Retail's in September, and Whole Foods that, quite frankly, when I speak publicly, people don't really ask about LPSDO. They ask about Whole Foods. Whole Foods is going to be opening up in probably the first part of October. So we're really excited about that, and just want to say thank you to not only the team members that worked on that, but to the community for your great support. We're working on our next 10-year plan. We're scheduled to grow at least 700 new students next year. We're starting to feel cramping. We also know that Lincoln is a destination location. Businesses are expanding. Families are being recruited to Lincoln. We've done a great job with leveraging the last bond issue of 2006 to being able to take care of our infrastructure and our facilities, our roof replacements, our ground source heat pump replacements. But we have to look at the next phase, and that's going to be the work of our school board, and we'll engage a community-wide committee to help us with that, because we'll have to make some tough decisions. But we know that there's certain parts of the city that are just growing so rapidly. And then finally, I would just say that, as is always the case, this has been another fast year. They seem to be fast. They seem to be furious. We had 4 snow days, and I'm going to apologize for that because, quite frankly, I predicted we weren't going to have any this year. And we felt a necessity to take 4. But, importantly for us, I want to say thank you to the teachers that are making up for that lost time. When you pull 4 academic days out of a calendar, that instructional time has to be made up. And our people are just so resilient and so professional in the way they approach that. As you're going to see in a couple of minutes, we have great staff like Curtis Mann that are so passionate about the science fair, and Kirsten Smith, who directs K-12 science from a district level. You're going to meet some students that are excited to be here. They're a combination of being proud and being nervous. And you're going to meet some parents that, quite frankly, invest heavily in their kids' education too. We truly are fortunate in Lincoln to have the kind of support that we do from all components of the city. So enjoy the video, and until next time. I'm standing with Curtis Mann, who's been the architect and the leader of this initiative. Kurt, tell us a little about yourself. I know you teach at Meadow Lane Elementary School. Tell us about the fair.
Well, this is the 18th fair with our corporate sponsorship, Zoetis and Novartis, along with LPS, a great partnership that we have. And this is our 18th one, and we're expecting over about 650 students here tonight.
So 650 students all looking for or very interested in science. What, over the years, what's really impressed you? What kinds of things have you seen here?
Well, there have been a lot of projects, but the key thing is the creativity that comes through with every one of these science fairs. Every year it's a little different. You never know exactly what is going to show up until they're here.
So from a teaching perspective, why is this important?
It gives students an opportunity to explore other science areas that we might not cover in the classroom. Just that opportunity to really keep their spark in that education of scientific topics.
So obviously we'll give you all the credit or a majority of the credit, but this takes an entire army of people. Talk about the volunteers that you have that work with you.
Well, first of all, I got a very good committee of 10 other people that have been working on this for the past year. And including or with that group, there's also close to 250 other volunteers from throughout this area here of Lincoln and the surrounding area. Zoetis sends a lot of the volunteers. We have volunteers from Solarium, from the university, just from the general community who are here tonight to help.
You know, and I'll verify that as I was walking in, former school board member and State Senator Marion Price was lined up. She looks like somebody that's been doing this a lot of years.
Marion has been one of our true faithful volunteers every year. She's been here if she possibly can make it. And when she isn't able to be here, she sends a letter of apology because she just really enjoys working with the kids.
Just quickly before you go, how does the judging work on this?
Well, the students, we have a set number of questions that the judges will explore with the students each time, and those projects then are judged on a 100-point scale. Most of the judging is based upon their knowledge of that topic, and matter of fact, like 70 points of the 100 is based on that. So tonight they'll be working with 2 different judges.
Well, that's, again, very, very impressive. I know that when I walk around, and I'll have an opportunity to do it today, and as I have in the past, I wouldn't want to judge, and it's because I think a lot of these are going to be very, very difficult.
They really have some challenging topics out here, and I would agree. I'm glad I'm not judging tonight.
Well, Kurt, thank you so much for all that you do and for making such a significant difference in the lives of so many of our students, and have another successful fair.
Thank you very much.
Really exciting now to have with us Kirsten Smith, who is the coordinator of our science program for all of Lincoln Public Schools. And Kirsten, how long have you been doing that?
This is my 4th year at this position.
And a little bit about your background.
Before I got this position, I was a middle school science teacher for 15 years. So my passion is in middle school, but now I get to work with kids K through 12.
So science, a lot of news this last year about science. You know, first shot at assessments, and districts around the state, including us, know that we have room for improvement. How are you feeling about things?
It's always nice to have experiences for kids in science because those experiences will help them do better and make those connections. Now we just need to focus on the vocabulary and what we can to help the students achieve success on those NISA tests.
How important is a science fair?
It is very important. It lets kids show their passion. It allows for kids to explore some idea and really go through it and discover everything they need to know about that idea. And it's very exciting for them to share their experiences with others.
You know, 3 years now, this will be my 3rd science fair, but I remember coming out here and thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this many kids like science. How do kids get interested in the science fair?
We have it as a requirement for our 5th grade curriculum. So one of their units of study is scientific investigations. So we have them exploring questions and coming up with hypotheses and then exploring those hypotheses. And this is one place they can showcase that. They also have, most schools have a science fair at their school, so they can start there. And then the feedback from the judges, they can improve their project to come here.
So thinking about your experiences here and over the years and leading into tonight, what would you like to see in terms of an experiment that just kind of transcends the things that we're trying to teach kids?
I'd like them to show their passion in whatever they've done. It doesn't matter what the idea, just how they've learned and how they've grown from that experience, and then that will have them asking more questions and allowing them to do next year's project.
Remember when I was here last year, I had I saw a wellness one. Actually, one of the students had this diagram and statistics and showed basically, you know, what's the impact of complacency, and it almost got me to change all of my eating and dietary habits. But very creative stuff that we're going to see here today. You know, great involvement by the teachers and the parents. Anything else you'd like to share?
I would just like to encourage as many people as possible to experience this. We have a lot of 5th graders, and then it seems to drop off 6th, 7th, and 8th. We still have a lot, but I'd love to have more middle schoolers, because even our vendors in the vendor area, some of those were my former students who are now at the university in science, and seeing their passion that they had for science.
Well, maybe we need an 8th grade science fair.
That would be a wonderful thing.
Well, thanks for all you do. Congratulations on another successful event.
Thank you very much.
Well, the highlight of tonight's show, of course, is the students at the science fair. So I have 2 willing volunteers that were just setting up their projects. I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and where you go to school.
Leffler, and I'm Kelsey Ansbach.
Hi, Kelsey.
I go to Leffler too, and my name's Becca Bashore.
Hey, Becca and Kelsey. All right, Kelsey, let's start with you. Why'd you get involved in this?
Because we were trying to find something interesting to do, I guess. And so we chose the science fair.
Okay, so the science fair is interesting. Becca, what is your project? Describe your project.
Well, we're making candles that are better for the earth and have less soot, and that are healthier for humans.
Healthier candles.
Yeah.
So greener.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Now, I'm looking forward to learning a little bit more about that. So I got to ask you this, and need total honesty. Is science your favorite subject?
No.
What's your favorite subject?
Probably math.
Math. Very good.
Science is my favorite subject, but I don't get as good as grades, but I'm working on it.
Nice thing about science is it opens up doors to lots and lots of things you can study. So, Kelsey, Becca, thanks so much. Good luck with your judging today. 2 more students that are willing volunteers and future scientists, I might add, Michelle and Nyqua. Tell us, where do you go to school and a little bit about your project?
We go to Belmont, and our project's about Earth.
What made you pick this project?
Well, Michelle, she didn't think of anything to do, so then she thought of where we live on, so then she wanted to do about Earth.
So you guys have worked together on this, right? Yeah. Do you get along? You're friends?
We're friends.
Friends, no arguments when you're putting this together?
No.
Awesome. So I got to ask you a question. I want you to be totally honest. Is science your favorite subject?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So if it's not, what is?
Probably reading.
Reading. Excellent.
Sometimes, in my favorite subject is math.
Math. All right. So one more question. What do you want to be when you grow up? What's your plan right now?
I kind of want to be a teacher.
You want to be a teacher? Would you please write her name down and get her address, and we'll offer her a job when she's done with college.
I want to be a teacher too.
Oh, we got 2, a math teacher and maybe a science teacher. Future LPS instructors with great projects. Thank you, girls. Appreciate it very much. Thanks for being part of the videos. Now we're going to talk to another future scientist of America, and this is Dominic. And Dominic goes to Hill Elementary. And Dominic, tell us about your project.
Well, first I didn't know what to choose, but then that came up and it inspired me to do something.
Well, what is that?
It's to see if an egg floats in salty water.
So if an egg floats in salty water, does it?
Yes.
It does. Huh. I learned something new today. That's awesome. Do you like science?
Yes.
What made you get into the science fair?
I don't know. I just like science.
I'm asking all the other students the same question. Is science your favorite subject?
Almost.
Almost. So what is it close to?
Math.
Boy, we're getting a lot of science and math students. This is really awesome. Well, Dominic, I understand your parents are here, and they've agreed to talk to us for just a couple of minutes, too. So thank you so much. Good luck on the judging. Of course, we always like to talk to the parents, and we have one that's willing to talk to us. This is Megan, Dominic's mom. Tell us about the science project. How involved are parents on these projects?
Well, we were lucky enough that his friends, his partner from his school, helped him out at their house doing this. But it's definitely something really neat for kids to get together and talk about science, because that's not something they normally do when they get together. So they had a lot of fun mixing and trying to make sure it worked and take it. There's a lot of photos involved and some trial and error getting it to work again when you're actually on site versus at home, because you kind of have to do the trick. So
Dominic seems like a highly motivated young person. Is that pretty true?
Yes, he's really good at math, and this is definitely something that is going to be something we see a lot in the future with him.
Okay, you're obviously excited for him. Are you nervous for him too?
Yeah, a little bit. Last time we did this, we had some problems with the water temperature and the saturation of the salt in the water, so we're just hoping that it's going to float today.
All right, now I'm just going to guess here. You like science when you were in school?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being a part of the show.
Thanks.
Now I want to introduce you to Daniel and his dad, Glenn, from Irving Middle School. And I'm going to start with Daniel. Daniel, tell us about your project.
My project is about programming and how it is done. And I made a program to show to the judges, and I also made pictures of scripts, and the number of lines of code I have are 920.
It sounds pretty technical. Was this fun to do?
Mm-hmm.
What made you pick this topic?
Well, I always kind of wondered what it was like to program, and so I thought maybe making a video game would be fun. So one of my friends told me about a program called Scratch, where it's made so you can program on it and make your own video game.
So you're going to be a programmer when you grow up? You're going to do something in technology?
Probably.
Yeah. Awesome. Is this science your favorite subject?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great to hear. Okay, Glenn, got to ask you, what's the role of the dad in this?
Well, I pretty much kind of supervise what he does, you know, kind of give him some tools, give him a little encouragement. It turned out to be kind of a longer project than we both expected, you know, but with a little encouragement, he was able to put in a little longer hours and get it done.
You know, I remember when I was a young parent like you, the worst news I ever got was my son wanted to get into the soapbox derby, and we had to build one of those, and it was torture for me. So it sounds like you handled this pretty well.
Yeah, well, you know, this is my third one here, so we've had a little experience already.
Not the same project.
No, not the same.
Was science one of your strong suits?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Well, you passed it down. So thank you so much for being a part of it.
You're welcome.
We have time for two more students that are getting ready to show their wares, and this is Mandisa and Jenna. So let's start with you, Mandisa. Tell us about your project.
I'm doing blobs in a bottle, which is like the world's easiest lava lamp. And one's going off right now, actually, a little bit.
Blobs in a bottle?
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you find? What are you trying to prove?
Well, that you can make your own lava lamp instead of buying one, all that.
It's good for the environment?
A little bit.
A little bit. You like science?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite subject?
Yeah.
All right, good to hear. Jenna, what did you do?
I did lemons and limes.
Are those real limes and lemons?
Yeah.
And what did you seek out to prove, and what did you find?
Well, I wanted to see how fast they may have decomposed, and actually some of them have started to decompose, and it's actually really interesting.
It really is? Is science your favorite subject?
Math, actually.
Math. We're hearing from a lot of students that are science and math. So what do you want to be when you grow up? I have to ask that.
A teacher.
Wow, this is the third teacher that we've now recruited for Lincoln Public Schools.
Teacher.
All right, we have 4. Ladies and gentlemen, people that are watching this, don't worry. We've got talented young people coming into the profession, and it's all because of the science fair. So thank you both for being a part of this. Well, now it's time to begin the festivities. The science fair is about to begin, and it's going to be exciting. We can see a lot more people beginning to mill around. That'll do it for this particular show, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Lincoln Public Schools. A monthly programming guide may be found at www.lps.org.